Hey there, Kit Pester YouTube. I want to do a video today on the Mayflower multi-purpose patrol vest. It's a newish piece of gear and I could only find a few reviews online, so I thought I'd chuck up a video today. It's not a review so much, it's more of a walkthrough, talk-through. I hope to have a follow-up video in about 6 months or so, and I'll give you the proper lowdown on it then. The vest is up at the front with a zip, and that's backed up by a G-hook. The zip runs top to bottom, so you've got gravity on your side, it's less likely to come undone. And over here you have a G-hook with about 4 or 5 inches of adjustment in it. So if you need to throw in a few extra layers, you can just quickly adjust with the strap, or if you want a bit of ventilation. The vest adjusts for height with G-hooks again, and over here you can see you've got 4 smaller areas giving you about 2 inches of adjustment, 2 or 3, and then 2 larger ones where you could also put something like a cause and buckle if you wanted. The vest is designed around 5.56 magazines, and we have 2 front pouches here which hold 2 mags each. Next to them is another 2 pouches. These will hold 2 mags, and they also have a small utility pocket. And then on the sides you've got GP pockets. The back has, on the back there you've got a hydro carrier. Alright then, let's start with centre ammo pouches. This vest is designed to work with 5.56 magazines and will give you a total capacity of up to 8. As you can see, they hold 2 PMags. They also work with other mags. Over here I've got some Styres. You can fit in AK mags, but the lid is a bit too short, so if you are going to carry them, you're going to have to use the elastic to adjust the tension, tighten up the tension on there. Not quite enough Velcro there, I don't think. Also, it'll work with 308 mags, but each pouch will just hold the 1 mag. I think this will work quite well with 25 round 308 mags. As you can see, there's quite a bit of room there if you need it. Other items that you can fit in here are things like the issue flask, or a small water bottle. So if it's taking things like this, I think it's pretty safe to say you can fit a smoke grenade in there. Pouch lids are made out of Ultracomp material, which is very heavy duty, very hard wearing. Don't know if you can see that very well, but there's like no damage there. It hardly even makes a mark. You can just sort of see scratch marks. The Ultracomp is about the thickness of 2 pieces of Cordura, and it's kind of rubberized. It's very, very tough. On my first tour in Afghan, we were using the Desert Assault vests, and our ammo pouches on those vests was only 1 layer of 1000D, and by about midway through the tour it was starting to, our SA-80 mags, the steel ones, were starting to wear holes in it. So stuff like this, I don't think you're going to have a worry. I mean, it just shrugs it off, and it's an AK mag. You're not going to get anything more abrasive than that. Also, inside the pouch, it is folded over at the top, but it's not really a problem. Some pouches with that style, they'll catch on things. Magazine lugs will catch on the top of the pouch. But this is Steyr mag, and if you have a look here, you know, it's not impossible, but it's pretty tricky. I mean, you have to really try and get that lug to catch on it. There's more Ultracomp material at the bottom of the pouch, and there's also a drain hole, and this is the same for all the pouches. This Ultracomp goes all the way up here, although you can't see it because it's covered in Velcro. So even though the pouch is made of one layer 500D, it's still pretty sturdy. I mean, the magazines, you aren't going to get through that Ultracomp material. Next up in line is the magazine utility pockets. Again, these will hold 2 mags, and they have small utility pocket on the front, and there you can fit a whole bunch of stuff. At the moment I've got a multi-tool and a torch. If you wanted to, you could dummy cord these. You've got more Ultracomp material here, keeping the elastic in place, and that's bar tacked at 3 different places. On the other side you have the tab here that the elastic runs through, so if you wanted, you could dummy cord to that. Other items that you can fit in there are things like a 20 round mag, Etrix GPS, there's loads of room in there for that. These pockets will also take the larger Colorado size pouches, sorry, GPSs, and also a small digital camera. You can fit a 3rd magazine in there if you really want, but the problem with that is it's only held on with a little bit of Velcro, so it would work, but it's not really something you want to do all day. On the other side, I'm using the pouch as a small medical pouch. Got a tourniquet in the front pocket, and then in the pouch itself I've got a dressing, a couple of airways, and a chest seal, and of course some trauma shares. It's not a bad size immediate medical kit, and again it just goes to show the versatility of these ammo pouches. They work quite well with quite a bit of different stuff. Moving on to the next pockets. These are the general purpose pockets. Each pocket again, Ultracomp at the top, Ultracomp at the bottom, drain hole, and they also have 2 lots of powers on the side. Pouch closes with Velcro, and these are designed for things like water bottles. You could also, if you wanted, fit in a jet boil, but the problem you run into there is a small surface area of the Velcro to grip. They have a bungee around the top as well, so if you wanted, you could tighten that up. They also work with Nalgene bottles, but again, the problem is getting the lids to attach. It works a lot better without the, well, not a lot, it works a little bit better without the cup. You get the Velcro to attach then a little bit, not much really, but you're going to have to tighten that up with the elastics if you want to run Nalgenes in these. On the other side, I've got a USGI bottle and cups canteen. Inside the pocket is Velcro, so you can tuck that lid out the way if you want, and you could run things like larger medical kits, or if you wanted you could run a radio in there. All around the vest is 1-wrap material, and this is for cable management. This runs all the way up. The 1-wrap goes all the way up the shoulder straps, and you also have a little bit of elastic there. and some more 1-inch webbing there if you wanted to run a cross and buckle on there for a quicker detached day sack. Coming around this side, we've got more Ultracomp material, and as you can see it's all bar tacked, so you've got bar tacks here all the way up and then bar tacks again there, and that's the same on the other side. Bungee is quite heavy duty, so if you want to chuck on like only a small layer like a Gore-Tex, the bungee will adjust for that and you don't have to faff about readjusting your vest. At the back of the vest we have the hydro carrier, again more Ultracomp, the top and the bottom, and this will take a 3-litre bladder. In the top we have some 1 rack for you to attach your bladder to, and that will stop it from sagging. Down the sides again, more 1 rack for antennas, cables, whatever really. On the inside you can see that this Ultracomp is running all the way up over here. There's no drag handle on this, so you're going to have to go old school and just grab your shoulder straps. The Ultracomp is quite tough, so it should be alright. Another feature that I think is worth mentioning is the weight. On my epoxy kitchen scales, this thing weighs in at 700 grams or 1.8 pounds. This vest over here, which is a very similar design, very similar layout, is 4 ammo pouches, 2 utility, and that weighs in at 1.5 kilos or 3.5 pounds. So this is literally half the weight, and I don't think you're giving anything up with the Ultracomp material. It's pretty tough, easily as tough as the it's easily tougher than the 1000D stuff. The other great thing about the Ultracomp material is that it won't hold water. So as you can see, the water's just running right off. The surface area is holding a little bit, but it's not absorbing it at all. I mean, yeah, the Ultracomp just won't absorb water at all. So even if this thing's soaking wet, you're not going to have to worry about any water weight. Alright guys, that concludes my video. I hope you found it useful. To summarise, I really like this rig. I think it's very innovative, very lightweight, but still very durable. It has good basic capacity without overloading yourself, and you can top up a little bit for it with smaller pouches with the pellets on the side. I've got 2 gripes with it so far. The first is I'd like to see these pouch lids to be a bit longer. I think they're just a touch too small really for certain water bottles and so on. You'd want them at least 1 inch, preferably even like 2 inches longer, or maybe some fast X on the side so that you could adjust the height. The other problem is, or other possible problem, is the narrowness of these of the shoulder straps. I think if you've got a lot of weight on this, these are going to get very uncomfortable very quick. But again, if you don't overload it, it shouldn't be an issue. Also, you can fix that pretty easy with a bit of close cell foam or a mouse pad or whatever, and just add some padding to them. I've got a pair of Mayflower APC shoulder straps, shoulder pads, and they work great on it. Also, if you want to wear it under a ruck or a bergen, I think it'll work really well because it's nice and thin. You're not going to have not have to worry about big bulky shoulder pads or shoulder straps. But also, if you're going to wear it over body armour, this will be great. I've worn vests over body armour before, and it can be a bit of a nightmare with all the ladder lock buckles and velcro and webbing and straps and all that kind of nonsense. So this will definitely work a lot better. If you got any questions, leave them in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer them. I will also link to the video that Travis from Mayflower did, which is quite a good video, and Arc'teryx's one, which is just gear porn really, but they're wearing this with all the other kit. I'll also throw in some links to the Optactical and Mayflower websites if you want to buy one. Optacticals is about 20-30 bucks cheaper last time I checked, but the Mayflower site offers it in more colours. So I think they've got Ranger Green and Wolf Grey as well. As always, please like, share and subscribe, and have a good one.